Welcome to Unit 5, Final Project Discussion. Yes, it is that time. It says, Final Project Discussion, Plan and Design. How many classes are you going to create for the final project? Describe the purpose of each class and the class members, including fields, constructor and methods. Share the UML diagram and CRC cards for the design. Now, in addition to all the requirements that have been stated, understand that in Unit 6, when you do your final project, I will need a video. I want to be perfectly clear. So as you go through and you're talking about these design elements, what you're actually going to put in, on your final version, when it's talking about looking at the rubric, looking at what the final project needs to do and different things along those lines, it would behoove you to go, okay, here are the requirements. Here's how I fulfilled those requirements. Because if I see the requirements and how you fulfill those requirements, and you're telling me how you fulfill those requirements, I really can't do anything but go, great job, here's some points. And that's kind of what we want to do. But I also get that feedback directly about what's actually going on. Now, a lot of you might wait to the end of the week to do this. Don't do that. Make no mistake, this starts you down the road of figuring out what you're going to do in your final project next week. By virtue of doing this, this allows you to start that ball rolling. Once you start that ball rolling, don't stop it. Even if you get your normal assignments done for this week, go ahead and look at next week and go ahead and start on it. Because inevitably what happens is I have a little bit of leeway, a little bit of flexibility when it comes to ending the class. When it comes from week to week. I have almost no flexibility when it comes to ending the course. I simply do not. What ends up happening is I have to close out the course at a certain time. I have to give grades at a certain time. And I don't have any choices where that's concerned. So inevitably what does occur is I have students that start Unit 6, the actual final project, and they might start at about middle of the week, next week, and then they run into technical difficulties, and they're running all around trying to solve these problems. And of course they're trying to contact me because they're working on their final. Don't do that. I mean, you can contact me, but don't wait till the last minute to do that. It would behoove you to start this week on your final, because then if you run into any technical difficulties, if you need any assistance, whatever the case may be, you're not under the gun trying to get it done. Right? Trying to pre-plan to make sure that doesn't happen. So as you go through Unit 5, finish Unit 5 quickly. Well, with efficiency and accuracy, but finish it up and then start into Unit 6. Because the sooner you start in Unit 6, the sooner you start in that final, the sooner you either get it done, you're like, aha, the final week is awesome, or, hey, I've run into this problem, and now I have time to react to it. If you do like you've been doing normally, for some of you, you start later on in the week, blah, 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 you might run yourself out of time. You don't want to do that. So please be proactive, starting for the Unit 5 week, and looking at your final, figuring out what you're going to do, making sure to get that accomplished, and actually starting it very, very soon. So hopefully that kind of sets the ball rolling for you, and we don't run into a lot of problems. Note that this is the discussion for the week prior to the final, but since it's already starting that ball rolling, you might as well just go with it. So thank you very much for your time. Look forward to hearing what you have to say and what you have to show me.